Hey, welcome to the show, Jumper. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the scouting software that I've been building and how I use it and the practical workflow. If you're a professional, you know that the scouting process is the key thing to having a successful business or running a successful sports stable. Because it helps you bringing in good quality horses that you can either then resell or use for going up in the rankings along the way. So, but as you know, the process is quite messy at times. Either you get a lot of horses, but it feels like finding a needle in a haystack if you're looking for a good quality horse, or you're on the other end and you do not have enough possibilities you find. And also, it's very easy over time to lose track of a horse that maybe has been offered to you in the past. Those issues are something that I'm trying to solve with the software. So I'm going to showcase you on how I use it and how it helped me to save time and money along the way. So in here, we are in the overall search. I do have also a German specific search, although I will make a separate video about it. In here, we have our filter section. We do have all of our horses. And for this sake, I'm going to look for horses that are 7 to 8 years old, just started to jump 140, 145 classes, and are going very clear in the lower classes already, so they might be a good fit for a rider to bring them to the next level. So how I would go about it, I'm going to use these 4 filter sections. First, let's start with the horse. You can also filter about all of the horse specific things like breeding, name, gender, or as we do in our age, in our case, the age. Then let's go forward to the competitions. It's already on the last 12 months, meaning we're going to, in the stats, you can see in here, it essentially shows you what the horse has done in the last 12 months. I'm just going to change this part here because I want to make sure that the horse has competed in the last 3 months. And I'm going to make sure, let's say the horse already has to go 145. We could also lower it down to 140. And I'm going to leave the rest as is. And we have the first performance section. Essentially in here you can say, well, the horse has to be a certain amount of clear or a minimum amount of faults in the 145 to 160 classes. But for now, I'm going to leave this as is because I only want to know horses that have started to jump there, but I don't really care how well they have gone. As long as they overall in the lower classes have jumped really well. Really well, on average, a horse is jumping 30% clear. That is all average over all of the amateur and professional riders and all of the heights. Of course, it varies on the height and proficiency of the rider. So for now, we're going to go well above average at 50%. Let's pretend our client also doesn't want any eliminations or maybe just accepts one elimination in the last 12 months. And then let's click apply and how many horses we are left with. So we can see it's almost 300 horses that we are still left with. And we can see that since it's sorted by the number of rounds that the horses have competed at in a certain height band, we can see since it's already 145, it's ranking territory. We can see a lot of ranking riders in here. If we want to flip it around, we can also go sort by and then go by the number of rounds, and where we can check, well, let's go by start here. We can see that there are some riders that have just started maybe one round, competed in there. We can go in here, for example, and click on Clip My Horse. That would directly switch us over in here. We can go onto Assad, and that's where the horsemanship comes in. As you can see, I'm currently not logged in, so you need a Clip My Horse account to use it for an unlimited access at Clip My Horse, but you can go in here, look at the horse, see a video. Even if you do not have an account, you can go in here, check it out, see if you like the horse or not. So this is where your experience comes in. So it's not just deciding if a horse is good on paper, on stats, but also bringing in your experience, your horsemanship, on deciding if it's a good horse for you or for your clients. So I'd say we like the horse, we've definitely seen the horse, so we can mark it in here. We can also see that I've looked at that horse previously. This helps you quite a lot in the long term when you're watching a lot of horses. It's easy to lose track of which horse you've seen, or have you seen it last week already, or was it maybe a couple of months ago? So it makes scouting also a little bit quicker. Let's say we like the horse, we can also go add to watch list. We can create new watch lists by setting a new name. Let's say, for simplicity's sake, let's say it's a young horse. We want to watch later, maybe with a client. We can continue in here. And we can also go into the FEI Remondo and to look for more videos, for more results and so forth. Or you can go into details where sometimes if you've been on another horse before, it takes a second to load, but now we have the horse's name, we have the last 10 competitions that are in the system. We do have an overview in here of what the horse has done. We can also look at specific heights in here and get a better idea about that. If you, for example, if you're scouting quite a bit, it's easy to not know someone. So I do not personally have the number from him, but since it's a lot of businesses behind, we can go on to find contact information, go on, for example, Gronk, and yes, I've used it quite a lot, but it's a free software where, similar to ChatGPT and Gemini and the other AI tools, it will simply find the contact information from that rider. So you can contact them, ask if the horse is for sale. And since you're a professional, you know what at that point it all entails. And yeah, that's how the process goes. Look at it as a scouting process. This page in particular, it's like a data vet check of the horse. If you say, well, oh wow, has like retired twice in the last 12 months, maybe you want to see why it was retired, what was a good reason, or did something happen. It gives a lot more clarity. It maybe stops you from trying the horse once or twice because you've seen all of the stuff, but it also maybe brings you to more horses out there that you will otherwise not have found because you can't be at all of the shows in all of the world and find all of these good horses. So if you do like this workflow, and if you want to see more, please like and subscribe to the video. And if you want to try the software out for yourself, I do have an offer for the first 50 users. And in general, it's the first 14 days are completely free to use it. So please go into the description of the video and where you find all of the links. Test it out yourselves. Write me if you have any questions. And I'm going to wish you good luck with scouting horses.